Hello, everyone. Well, mic is at the loudest, so I hope everybody can hear me. Raise your hand if you can hear me. I'm trying to reach the back of the tent. Yes, got some people there. Nice. I need to remind myself not to scream into this thing. So, as some of you know, we're Women in Privacy. It's a task force on top of Web3 Privacy Now, and conveniently our booth has been located next to the bar fridge with all the beers and waters and mates. So we've ambushed enough people to talk about the things that we do. And now we're inviting also people that are not hackers. The hackers are ready to submit and pitch to the judges downstairs. So we're just here to entertain you for a bit and to tell you what we're all about. So welcome, Migle.
Yeah! Throughout the weekend and overall, when we started Women in Web3 Privacy, we received a lot of questions. Why do we need to have a task force separate from Web3 Privacy Now, a nonprofit collective that exists and is doing an amazing job already? Well, the main goal of Women in Web3 Privacy not need to exist. However, until privacy and security is universal and built by and for the people, that includes everyone, we need to continue lobbying and being an activist for the most vulnerable. Right now, the image that we have about privacy and security is a sweaty dude sitting in a basement with his hoodie and hacking. However, the people that are the most vulnerable, that need to have privacy and security accessible, the resources, the tools, the information, the education, they're not being invited into spaces like that. I'm an activist, I'm documentarian, and whenever I want to bring those people into the conferences, into the hackathons, they don't really understand and see what we're trying to build because we're not focusing on the culture. So Women in Web3 Privacy is with an X, because we're not trying to build more powerful and women empowering diversity panels. What we're trying to do is bring more diverse people overall into the space, and that includes activists and lawyers and vets and doctors, people that are interdisciplinary, because those are the most vulnerable people that actually could be utilizing our tools. Throughout the history, although, in the most atrocious of times, during the war, during the genocide, queer communities were the ones in creating the underground cultures, facilitating safe spaces for people to feel humane. And when we feel humane, we can feel more playful, and more playfulness brings us more deeper ideas to build the tools that we've been building. And that's what we try to do with this hackathon. Putting around a DIY table might sound a little silly thing. Putting a little pillow fort in a corner for people to come in and cozy it up and read some privacy and ZK information, that's one of the small things, initiatives to build a culture. We have an AI installation to explain you how AI tracks your face and what you can do. For example, the makeup that I'm wearing over the weekend, it is asymmetrical, so it promotes less tracking of your AI recognition. We have a photo booth because we're encouraging people to take more diverse profile pictures in all of your socials. How many of you have on your Twitter and LinkedIn the same picture? And of course, it's so easy to link all of those things together, so we made a little photo booth where you can still go around, and we're going to have a photographer there taking pictures. We also have loads of DIY merch that we can customize it, something like this, and make it for you. We are a nonprofit organization, and we accept donations to do this in every single hackathon. Again, our goal of our task force is not need to exist, but until the privacy and security is universal, let's come together, let's bring more culture into privacy so that we can be playful with one another. So we're not going to have any panels, we're not going to have any more talks, we're all tired over this weekend. We want to just invite you to be breaking the taboos today. And through the weekend, we left some boxes around and we asked you to be honest. Would you bring your little sister to a crypto event? Would you bring the most vulnerable that you know in your environments to crypto events and conferences? Or maybe just leave an idea that you entered a hackathon or you entered one of the events this over the weekend and you felt super invited and super good. So what was it there that made you feel more vulnerable and connected to other people? So I invite you hopefully to feel safe today, to share the most vulnerable and intimate stories about what makes you feel good, why are you here in this industry, why you want to continue building. And let's not forget to create a space where we're not in patronizing way explaining what privacy is, because the people that don't understand the technology, they also need to utilize the resources and the tools. So we're going to hop around the different booths that you see, where you see the orange. Please interact with us, talk about privacy and privacy as a culture. If you want, I will be facilitating a little workshop right over here for the next 30 minutes just to get people going and moving. And then in 30 minutes, we're going to invite you right there over the tent. We're going to make little circles and we're going to open the Pandora box because we allowed people to write with spy pens. So some people wrote really spicy things because no one was surveilling while they were writing. So you could share the most vulnerable situations. And trust me, some of those made my jaw drop, although I've been asked multiple times if I am the dancer for the event, if I'm here because of my boyfriend, if I am here to... I will not over-sexualize the questions that I get at the conferences. You get the gist. So please, we don't need to be in echo chambers. Once again, we need to speak to each other and share those vulnerable stories. We're going to try to do that today in the circles, and hopefully we leave with more practical solutions. What can we do to make the spaces a bit more cypherpunk and a bit more cultural? And of course, after that, we're going to take a little breather. Hopefully you're going to drop off your backpacks at home, and then we're going to rave until our legs allow us, hopefully until the early in the morning. So please drop off your backpacks after this event and your hotels and come back for amazing dance. Thank you so much for Web3 Privacy Now also being our allies from Capital A, giving us space and time and understanding us when it's needed. Please join us, donate us. If the easiest way that doesn't cost any money, talk about what we're trying to bring, privacy as a culture, share about us on your medias. We also hate social media, but it does bring the reputation. It reaches the mass audiences. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah!